first stitch I'm going to demonstrate is the Rosette Stitch. Row 1 is very easy. The entire front, every right side is knit. All the patterning is done on the wrong side. All right, on the wrong side for Rosette Stitch, the wrong side row will always be worked the same. You'll just stagger the placement. So on this very first one, there isn't any placement to worry about. And so the basic stitch is you'll purl 2 together, but not drop the 2 off the needle. Bring your yarn to the back and knit the same 2 together. You'll do that over and over for the entire row. I'll show it again. Yarn to the front, purl 2 together, don't drop them off, yarn to the back, knit 2 together. These stitches should be pretty loose and very easy to get into, and they shouldn't make any hand strain. Purl 2 together, knit the same 2 together, purl 2 together, knit the same 2 together. Doesn't look like much when you just have one row, but your pairs sort of stand together in little groups of 2, and that will be important for placing the next wrong side row. I'll finish this row. All right, here we are on the right side again, and you can see that all of our little pairs stay in nice little pairs, but it's the right side, so we just knit all of them to the end. All right, so we're on our next wrong side row, and if you look carefully, you can see that our little twin stitches, we have our one little double stitch right here, and we had 2 stitches that came out of it. They make these little V's. There's a V, and there's a V, and there's a V. They're actually easier to see up towards the middle. Sometimes the end can look a little stretched out. But this time when we do our 2 together, we want to divide up the pairs that we had. So these 2 are paired together here. These 2 are paired together here. So we want to split it and put our rosette stitch between the 2 V's. That will alternate our placing all the way up. So because of that, we have an extra stitch. Since we're on the wrong side, we'll just purl it. So we'll purl 1, check to make sure that our 2 that are coming together will be 1 from this cluster and 1 from this cluster. Once you've started at the end, all the rest of them will be aligned. You don't have to check them again. So we're still going to purl 2 together, yarn to the back, knit 2 together, and every one will split the last pair, just rearranging it and alternating it so that our little rosettes are staggered. And when you get to the end, if you had 1 single purl at the front, you may very likely have 1 single purl that you need to do at the end. But in the Nearly Summer Shawlette, you'll be adding and reducing 1 stitch at a time. And so you may or may not ever end up on a perfectly even end. You just always will do your pairs until you reach the end and purl any stitches that you may have left over. So that's it. That's the whole rosette stitch. All the fronts are knit and all the backs are purl 2 together and knit the same 2 together. You just split up the pairs from the row below so that you get this nice spacing and staggering on the rosettes here. Now this is the stitch where if you wanted to add beads, I have some beading instructions. So let me work over to where I'm going to place my first bead and then tell you how to stagger your beads. All right, so when placing beads in the rosette stitch, you bead on the right side, so on the side with plain knitting, and you're going to bead the second of a pair of stitches and then skip 3 pairs. So here's my first one. I'll bead this second stitch here, skip 1 pair, skip 2 pairs, skip 3 pairs, and then I'll bead the second of this pair. Let me show you how that works. I bead using a crochet hook. I'm beading the second stitch, so I'll knit 1, pick up your crochet hook. This is a 1mm hook, and it fits through a standard, I think this is a number 8 bead. These are craft beads. They aren't even nice beads from my bead shop. They're Hobby Lobby beads in that great big tube for $4. So you just spear one and then slip off your loop, move the bead down onto it, and put it back. That's pretty easy. So if you can knit it with the bead a little bit closer to the needle, it has less of a chance of getting sucked under the stitches later. So you just stick it on and knit it as normal. All right, so I beaded the second stitch of this pair. Now I'm going to skip 3 pairs. So there's 1 pair, second pair, third pair. Now I'm ready to bead the 4th pair on the second stitch. So I'll knit the first one, place a bead on the second loop of that pair, and knit it. Now I would want to skip 3 more and bead the 4th, but I'm out of space on my swatch. So the wrong side is exactly the same. You're still going to divide your pairs, and then you'll do 1 additional right and wrong row before the next row of beads. So I'll show that when we get there. All right, I did another right and wrong side row. So from the front, because sometimes you'll have to decide when to do your next row of beads, you'll have your beads on this row of rosettes, then you'll have 1 full row of rosettes above it, and then this row will be part way built. You'll have the little pearl bumps here right in your 2. So when you're going to set your next row of beads, you will be staggering them and putting them in between on the next one, and that'll make them in diamond shapes instead of in columns. And so when you look at your beads, you'll go to the one right above. It will sometimes look like it's slightly to the right. The pair above your bead is the second one you skip. Remember you skipped 1 pair, skipped the second pair, skipped the third pair, and then the 4th pair is where you added your bead. So you'll go to your first bead, go up and slightly to the right. That's skip 2, skip 3. So this is the pair that you'll bead. So let me knit over to here and we'll see how that works out. All right, we're here at the edge of the knitting. So above the bead and slightly to the right, I'm going to call this pair 2 that I skip. So we're going to call that the end of pair 1, skip pair 2, skip pair 3. That means this is the one that gets the bead on the second stitch. So we'll knit 1, bead 1. After you bead it, you just knit it. So now we'll skip 3 pairs. 1, 2, 3. I don't actually have a 4th pair because this is my edging. So I would bead this next one here. So when you count it that way, I hope this comes out in the video, it makes your next row of beads centered between the 2 below. And that's what you'll do every time you add another column of beads. You'll just go to your last one, go up and call that pair 2, and then count forward and begin beading before and after that. And that's how you bead the Rosette stitch.